Hey there, I'm Mike, and today I'm going to show you how to flash the Hirschman Q-Scale LMI system with a version S6 or S9 CPU. Here are the tools you're going to need. A flash cable and a USB flash drive that has been programmed per Elliott serial number and load chart. If your Elliott model has a Q-Scale LMI system, the steps in this video are going to help you. Before we get started, make sure you read, understand, and obey the manufacturer's instructions and safety rules, your employer's safety rules and worksite regulations, and all applicable governmental regulations. You also ought to make sure you have the appropriate tools, lifting equipment, and a suitable workshop. The overall condition of the equipment, maintenance, and inspection procedures are just as important as safe operating procedures and a positive attitude towards safety. All these procedures properly applied will significantly reduce the likelihood of an accident or equipment failure. Finally, feel free to pause this video at any time to make sure you're doing each step safely and correctly. Alright, make sure the unit is off. Then, locate the blue CPU unit and plug the flash cable into the USB port and plug the USB flash drive into the flash cable. Then see if the version number of the CPU is an S6 or S9. Steps 3 through 8 are for the S6 and steps 9 through 10 are for the S9. Steps 11 to 13 will apply to both versions. Before you get started, I want to let you know that you'll need to make sure you stay next to the CPU while the flash sequence is running. Otherwise, the sequence will start over. You may need a second person to assist. Now, if your CPU version is the S6, start by going back to the cab of the truck and turn the ignition to the accessory position and turn the master power switch on, but do not start the truck. Now, as a CPU is booting up, the red error LED, which is labeled ERR, is illuminated first. The update process starts. You will see the yellow LED labeled S1 switch on. When the green LED labeled Run switches on, it signifies all important data has been backed up. And when the green LED begins to blink, the new data is being flashed into the CPU. Finally, when the green LED stops blinking but remains on and the yellow LED turns off, the flashing is complete. If your model is the S9, you want to go back to the cab of the truck and turn the ignition to the accessory position and turn the master power switch on, but again, do not start the truck. An LED sequence will occur as the CPU is flashed. First, the green LED labeled Run will blink and the yellow LED labeled S1 will be on. The LED labeled ERR will be off. Next, the green LED will turn off and the red and yellow LEDs will blink once. Then the green and yellow LEDs will turn on and stay solid for approximately 1 minute. The red LED will be off. Now the green LED will blink while the yellow LED is solid. And then the red and yellow LEDs will blink once and the green LED will be off. Then the green and yellow LEDs will stay on for about 5 seconds and the red LED will be off. Next, the green LED will blink and the yellow LED will be on. And finally, once the transfer of the flash is complete, the green Run LED will be the only LED on. After the transfer of the flash is complete, turn off the ignition and master power. Remove the USB flash drive from the flashing cable and then plug the flash drive into the LMI display. Next, while holding the top 2 arrow buttons on the left side of the LMI display, have someone else turn the ignition to the accessory position, but do not start the truck, and turn on the master power switch. Continue to hold the 2 arrow buttons until the screen turns blue and shows the word Maintenance, and then release the buttons. After the flash is loaded on the display, it will count down and then restart. Once you see the setup screen, you're done. You can power down the unit and remove the USB flash drive. Alright, now that you've flashed your Q-Scale CPU, you can check out our video on sensor calibration. If you need more help, don't hesitate to reach out to one of our service techs at 531-772-0829 and make sure you check out our other technical support videos at elliotequip.com.